Welcome to the Senior Corps Virtual Conference. This conference gave participants a rare opportunity to interact with their peers from across the country and attend sessions with valuable information for their programs. This video will show you what it was like to be there on the live days when speakers, staff, and peers were just a click away. The virtual conference experience begins by visiting this landing page, where you can register and log into the conference. By clicking Enter the Virtual Conference, we enter the main hall. The entire conference experience, from the networking lounge to the exhibit hall, can be accessed from this screen. Welcome to Senior Corps 2.0. Dr. Erwin Tan, Director of Senior Corps, provides a welcome message and a few instructions.
Welcome to our first Senior Corps Virtual Conference. This is really exciting. We're blazing a trail for the future. This is not only the first Senior Corps Virtual Conference, but the first virtual conference held by the Corporation for National and Community Service. We hope over the next couple of days, you can participate in some of our live sessions. And we're not asking you to sit glued to your computer for 3 days. Feel free to log in and participate in any of the portions of this conference at the time that's convenient for you, and come back and review the other sessions when you can. If you think about it, this is one of the benefits of a virtual conference. You have some flexibility about when you can participate, and you don't even need to wear your shoes if you don't want to. No one's going to notice. A short reminder, please complete the pre-assessment questionnaire, and I hope you have a great conference.
First, let me introduce myself to you and my peers. The Profile tab allows me to update my personal information and add a picture. We can also take a look at the Attendee Guide, which gives us all the information we need to make the most out of our virtual conference experience. Let's see who's online with us. On the bottom of the screen, we can always see who's virtually joining us in this location and throughout the virtual conference environment. I can also search for attendees. Let's see if my friend Jessica is on. She is! Let's send her a message. You can send private messages to anyone in the conference, allowing you to carry on conversations with old friends and people you just met. On this page, I can also see the agenda for the day. When a webcast event is live or an exhibit booth is manned, there is also a green Now Live button next to it, which will display where activity is happening in the conference. It looks like there's a session happening right now. Let's check it out. The main conference hall is one of 4 conference halls at the Senior Corps Virtual Conference. The other 3 house specific content for RSVP, foster grandparents, and senior companions tracks at this conference. The halls showcase an ordered list of the sessions planned in those spaces on live conference days. On-demand sessions are either pre-recorded content or a live session that has already happened. Within a couple of hours after each live session, a recording of that session, in addition to a downloadable podcast, is made available to participants. With on-demand content, we can choose to play or replay the conference material anytime we want. Each session has closed captioning and a content tab. Here, we can go to the forms to ask any question we may have. During the conference, presenters and forum moderators were on hand to answer questions in the forum and chat. Back on the main page, I can also sign up for a future live session, which adds the session automatically to my personal conference agenda. I can also see which sessions are currently live. Let's take a look at the session going on right now. During most live sessions, users can submit questions to presenters using the green Q&A button. Presenters can respond to those questions either verbally during their presentation or direct message users. The live sessions also have a content area, identical to the ones in the on-demand session. Here I can find materials for this session, such as slides, fact sheets, and more. Presenters can also poll participants, making these sessions more interactive. They can push out live results of these polls to all viewers. Presenters also have an option of prompting a new window to open in all viewers' screens, drawing users to a new website or another space in the virtual environment. It looks like my question has been answered via direct message. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the library resources. The Senior Corps Virtual Conference is extremely rich with content and corresponding documents and media. All content presented throughout the conference, including session resources and booth materials, can be found in the library, a single space to access and search tagged, categorized information within the virtual environment. Here, I can find the document I was directed to by the presenter and browse to find documents and media that might be helpful for my Senior Corps program. The documents are arranged by booth or session. Once I find the resource, I can view an abstract, the entire document, or send it to my event bag where I can download it later. My event bag can be found at the top of my screen and acts as my personal folder of all the resources I find useful. Here you can find the document I just added to my event bag, as well as other important documents that have been pre-populated in the bag. At the end of the conference, I can download a zip file, which allows me to download all the items in my bag in a single click. The Senior Corps Virtual Conference has 2 exhibit halls to maximize the impact of learning tools available to conference participants. The first exhibit hall serves as more of a traditional trade show type role, allowing 10 CNCS organizations and outside partners to organize helpful information into virtual booths. Exhibit booths include CNCS Disaster Services, AmeriCorps Vista, the Corporation for National and Community Service, Veterans and Military Families, the Administration for Community Living, Volunteer Match, and more. By clicking on the booth logo, I can enter the booth. In each booth, there are videos, photos, and a personalized booth representative to greet participants and personalize the booth. In addition, there are also 2 kiosks where I can go for further information. The first is the information kiosk. This has more information about the organization, as well as tools, resources, and videos which explain the organization and provides resources to Senior Corps programs. As we look at the information and conversations happening in individual booths, a booth representative can initiate a one-to-one chat with individual participants. By accepting the invitation, I can talk directly to whoever is manning the booth. There is also a communication kiosk. Here, I can send a message directly to the booth representative, engage in a general booth chat, participate in forums, and visit the organization's Facebook and Twitter pages. The communication kiosk will also indicate when a representative is available to chat. In the booth chat, I can talk to my friend Jessica, the booth rep, and anyone else in the booth. In addition to the exhibit hall, there are also breakout sessions where attendees could convene with members of their program to further discuss what they learned in their courses, and CNCS representative led these discussions using the public booth chat. More information about performance measures is available in the information kiosk in these booths. There is also great music in each of the sessions aligning with the geographical region represented. Throughout the conference, there were announcements providing tips and directing people to different parts of the environment. Let's check out what's happening in the networking lounge. Participants of in-person conferences use lounges and other places outside of the main conference rooms for relaxing and networking when planned or impromptu breaks happen. Here, virtual participants can relax, network freely with their colleagues, and enjoy additional activities. Participants can enter the networking lounge at any point in the conference and are free to browse the many activities and conversations included there. Here, you can access the public lounge chat, a place for people to openly converse about their conference experiences, discuss their programs, and meet in advance of upcoming live events. Participants can use this chat feature to ask questions about session timing, find colleagues who are from their same geographical area, and share best practices. There is also a list of forms that were collected from most sessions and organized in one space within the networking lounge. Participants could browse through relevant forms, add to them, and ask questions. In addition to the communication features, there are also activity buttons available on the top of the networking lounge page. Participants could browse through them if they had extra time or needed a break. There's a trivia button where visitors fill out their answers to various Senior Corps trivia questions. Those who answered all correctly were entered into a drawing for Senior Corps gear. In order to make participants feel like they were part of the fabric of the virtual conference event, the photo button allowed participants to send a photo of their conference workspace directly to the virtual conference email account. There's a 7-minute clip of desktop yoga instruction with captioning. An instructor takes participants through how to stretch properly and relax while at their desk. The Flash Mob button features a video of a flash mob produced by Senior Corps volunteers in Ogden, Utah for Senior Corps Week 2011. Finally, following the live closing session, participants received a pop-up window that took them straight to the networking lounge for a chat flash mob. By typing in one-word reactions to the conference public chat, a word cloud was created in the shape of a star that depicted the most used words. Some of the top words included informative, great, and helpful. Even after the live sessions concluded, participants lingered to chat in the networking lounge and find new connections. I think I'm going to stick around here too and chat with the new connections I made at the Senior Corps Virtual Conference. Thank you for joining me on this tour and experiencing the future of Senior Corps with me.